Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. In this video, I'm going to show you how to put together this rattan patio set I got off of Amazon recently. It looks like the brand name is called Rattaner. I'm sure if you order something similar, probably a lot of the products that you will find on Amazon are very much like this one, even if you don't have this specific set. The first thing I'm going to do is take everything out of the package and show you all of the contents. A lot of times things like this come with like a little Allen wrench or hand tools that you need for assembly. If there are any power tools needed, I'll tell you what they are, and then I'm going to take you through and quickly show you the steps. This set did come in different options. I got the 4-piece set and it came in 2 boxes. One is like a short square box and one is a rectangular box. So I'll show you what's in each of them. Okay. So here's the first piece that came out. Here's the back of it. It does look like this is more of a black color. I wasn't sure if it was black or a dark brown, but here's a close-up shot of that weave. For the price, I mean, this is about the quality that I expected. And I'm seeing that they are lettered on the back. This is L. So I'm just gonna kind of put the like pieces together as I take them out. Okay, so I'm seeing there are duplicates, like there's 2 ends. So I'm just gonna kind of stack these where I can see them. That must be a top of a table. It has little suction cups already pre-installed on it. Here's the glass. The cushions that come with it, some of them are shoved like inside of some items. So I'm gonna take these. I got the tan color ones. I thought it went well with my porch. This is really heavy. The instructions are in this rectangular box. Okay, here's everything. I've tried to kind of group things together. I've got the cushions, pillowcases. Here are a few baggies containing the hardware. I'm assuming that's more hardware. Okay, so here are all the pieces sort of laid out. There's 1A, B, C, D, E. Looks like there's 2 Fs, 1 G, 1 H, 1 I, 1 J. I can't find any Ks. That might be that tabletop. 1 L, 4 Ms, and it looks like 4 Ns. So I believe everything is here, and I'm gonna start assembling. This porch is only so big, but here is everything out of the container, and I hope that made sense. Okay, so here's the instructions and a couple things it talks about. It says all things come in 2 boxes. Make sure you receive them. Check for parts, any broken glass. Please avoid scratching your fingers, which too late, I already got a cut. I don't even know how I did that. And it says it's advisable to assemble on the mat to avoid wear and tear on the ground. So I'm gonna take one of these boxes, it's very large, and collapse it and work on top of that. This is very important. Do not tighten all screws entirely until assemble is completed. It's not the greatest English, but they're trying to say if you have power tools, don't over tighten the threads because you'll strip them. Seat cushion inserts are compressed. There are 6 bags in. There are 6 in 2 bags, usually placed in the gap of the armrest or backrest, together with their covers. Okay, so this is, and I've gotten other things like this before where they come all shrink wrapped, and it might take about, saying 72 hours for them to fluff up to their normal size. If the cushion covers crease, maybe you can try soaking with warm water or ironing, exclamation point. And assembly video available. Oh no, but you want to watch mine. Okay, here is a picture showing all of the different pieces. Okay, here's the box, and it looks like all of the hardware is in here. All right, so step 1 is D, E, and F, which I have roughly kind of laying here. And I'm also going to need the baggie that says M635. I'm gonna need 4 pieces of that. And then I'm gonna need these washers. It looks like 4 pieces possibly of that. All right, so that's the first step. It looks like they gave me a couple little wrenches. and it's marked 10, 13. Oh, same thing, 10 and 13. And then I saw a couple Allen wrenches in here too. So I'm gonna pull these out. This could be a little clearer. You'll notice these panels are different. There's like the threaded part right here, and then underneath here, there's just a slot. And so whenever you see these threads, just know that that's where the feet are gonna go. Here's the problem with this Allen wrench. It doesn't, like if you go to swing this, you can't get a full swing. Okay, so I'm gonna just try to hand tighten these down as far as I can get them. And then I wanna kind of make sure that everything lines up because they can slide around. It's just a little slow going. I wonder how much weight this can take. This frame appears to be metal, which is thank goodness, because I'm sure I'll have a lot of people sitting on this at one time. Okay, step 2 is going to need piece C, which will be sliding underneath this assembly, and we're gonna need the same screws as before, the M6 35s. You're gonna need 6 of them, and you're gonna need 6 washers. Okay, so I'm gonna locate piece C. Okay, step 3 is going to require piece B, which I'm gonna have to figure out how to levitate that or turn it so that I can access these pieces. And I'm realizing in that baggie, the majority of them are this size. This is the size you're gonna need to use for most of the build, but towards the end, you're gonna need, there's a tinier washer. We're gonna keep that at the end. And then this is going to take a different kind of screw than I've been using from before. You're gonna need this baggie that's marked M6, and you're also going to need 4 of these. It looks like some type of like a lock nut washer type combination. Okay, here's the order of the hardware. You're going to have a washer on this side. Here's all of the rattan material, another washer, and then one of these little lock nuts. And you're also gonna need the Allen wrench, as well as like the crescent wrench. And you're gonna use the side marked number 10. That's the side that fits. And when you're doing this, you can kind of get a little leveraged where you're kind of going in this motion from either side, and it goes a little quicker. When it comes to the end, you want to make sure that this all lines up so that when it's sitting on the ground, it isn't haphazard. All right, moving right along. Step 4 is going to require that A is put on, and we're going to need more of those washers, more of those lock nuts, and those screws that we just used, the M6, the 50 millimeter. Oh, that's what, they weren't marked millimeter before. Okay, so A is going to go like that. It's the same as before. You're gonna take the bolt or screw, as they're calling it, and putting a washer on it. It's gonna go through the material, then there's gonna be another washer with that lock nut on the other side. That is the last piece for the, what they're calling the lounger. I ended up using that cushion to help prop that up so it was level. My piece over there is bent. I think hopefully that doesn't matter anyway. I tried taking a rubber mallet and hitting it. It won't bend back in shape. So now I'm going to do the feet, and then this piece is finished. I think the feet are all the same. They're just in different bags. And then there is one that's like, most of them look like they're an L shape, but then there is one just straight. Okay, I think this is going to take that smaller, what they're calling a shim, I'm calling a washer, this size, okay? So it looks like you're going to take a foot, a 45 millimeter screw, that small washer, and then one of these adjustable screws like this, which is nice because if your decking or flooring is uneven, you can adjust and make it level. So it appears that this adjustable screw goes here, 45 millimeter, and then that smaller washer. It looks like it goes like that. Looks like it has 5 of like the corners and then 1 straight one to support the weight right there. Okay, and here's what it looks like on the underneath assembled. I'm not gonna lie, those feet were probably the easiest thing to do because you could actually swing that Allen wrench in a fuller range of motion, where some of those other areas are just so cramped. You could get like a quarter swing or a half swing, but almost never could you get a full swing. So if you have a bad back, I would recommend getting a stool to sit on, because my back is already aching and I only have 1 piece assembled. But I think the rest of it hopefully will go a lot quicker now that I kind of get the gist of what's going on. So there it is. There's piece number 1. Okay, so now I'm moving on to step 1. For the left love seat, I need F and G. They're gonna go together with the 35 millimeter and looks like those larger washers. So I'm gonna do that first. Okay, the next part is going to be putting J underneath, and we're gonna use the same 35 millimeter screws as before and the larger washers. Okay, next is step 3, and we are going to be attaching I, which is going to be in that corner right there, using the full-size washer, lock nuts, and it looks like screw size is the 50 millimeter. We're gonna need 4 of them. And that's gonna go there. And I looks like just right here. And I'm actually going to use, this cushion has come in handy with propping things up because it's going to attach like that. And now again, you're gonna use the screw, put 1 of the full-size washers through. It's going to go through the rattan material and then attach on the other side with a washer and then 1 of the lock nuts. And the way they show this attaching is the screw is going to be like in the body of the sofa, or love seat as they call it, and then this washer and lock nut are gonna be like inside the cavity there. All right, step 4 is H, which is right there. It's going to go on in that void right there. We're gonna attach it the same way using the 50 millimeter screws, 1 lock nut and 2 washers. All right, at this point, you can attach the feet like we did to the love seat. So here is this piece assembled. I'm gonna flip it over, put it in the corner, and then assemble the accessory pieces. Now we're moving on to the table or ottoman, and L is on the ground. Okay, so there's gonna be an M on the left, M on the right, and then an N and an N. And we're going to attach these with the 35 millimeter screws and the large washers. Okay, one word to the wise, just make sure that these female threaded sides are facing up, because that's where your feet are gonna attach. Okay, there's the inside of the ottoman, and I'm just gonna attach the feet using the method and the sizes of everything, the screws. I believe it's the 45 millimeter screws, just like before, and the washers. This wasn't mentioned in the manual, but at the end you'll find a bag full of plastic clips that you can use to connect all of the pieces together. One other thing I do want to point out, you can either use this piece, so this piece and that piece went together the same way. You can either use this with a glass top like I have it, or they do give you the option, say you wanted to put that further down here and make that go longer, or as a separate piece, you could put a cushion on it and use that as seating. It is optional. Okay, everybody, here is the finished product. It looks very nice when it goes together. It is pretty sturdy. These cushions were a pain to get inside of the covers. As soon as you open the foam from the sealed package, they expand. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They were kind of a nightmare to get inside of there. This build as a whole was sort of a nightmare as well, just because you couldn't really get a power drill or any type of tool into those tight quarters. You had to use that Allen wrench. I would expect this build, I would estimate you're going to spend at least 2 hours, maybe 3. If you had someone to help you, it would go a lot faster. Normally I enjoy putting things together. I did not enjoy putting this set together, but the finished product is nice and the price was very reasonable. I think this will last several years, and it is a nice addition to my back porch. So I hope this video made it easy to put the sectional together. If it was, I hope that you'll give me a comment and also follow me here. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.